alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ títí ó fi lọ dé ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ tó tún fi dé ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga ìgboyà àkọ́kọ́ tó wà ní gbogbo olú ìlú méjèèje ti orílẹ̀-èdè olómìnira Yorùbá DRY ni a ti tìpa láti òní lọ.
Continue. 70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
So, according to the Dry president, Ààrẹ Adélé Dry, they said that the following states are now under Dry. And I do not really want to sound somehow condescending because I'm actually angry. I'm angry not because these guys are like, they have a plan that could possibly be really, really useful. Okay? Like, it is a good thing that we have people who believe that there should be a direction, okay? There should be some level of a push. And if you want to do that in that way, don't make it look like a skit. It's real life. Ààrẹ said they have shut down all the schools. Have been shut down this or that. Did they shut anything down in Yoruba land at all? They also said they've taken over all the government of Yoruba land. Is that true? So why are you angry with me when I said this is a delusion taken too far? Why? What? But they can. Are you mad? So you are trying to project something that you can say, but that could be something or whatever, Abi. But indeed, these are people who told you you are independent, Abi. At least Simon Ekpa, oh, nah, government in exile. That kind of makes sense. You see, you're like, okay, this is a government in exile. Oh. This one government, Yoruba government in exile? Abi, where? Because if somebody says, I am now the Adele and all these places, they are under my control now, I've shut them down. But you know he hasn't shut any goddamn thing down. But you are mad when I'm like, Alaye kilo nse now. Wait till they try go now. Let's understand you now. Or we should just believe that we shut it down here, even when nothing is shut down, Abi. We should just put it in our imagination and say, yeah, come on, man. Like, how do you even think that's going to happen? Adele that want to protect us. But you do have dedicated young men and women who listen to you guys. The only single place where they appeared to show that, okay, oh, yeah, if I take over, right? The only place where they appeared is a place where they were captured, humiliated, and indeed, took them away. And we will never know what will happen to them afterward. Abi? One soldier Dry. So now this soldier Dry, is this you as a Yoruba, are you proud of this scene? There are some young people, okay, were told that they have, a government has taken over. And then they went straight to a government establishment. But they didn't even like you went to somewhere, right? They were holding the Obas meeting, the traditional chiefs, traditional rulers meeting in that same place, or your state traditional rulers. You didn't even go there and grab all the kings. Maybe they beg you, say release them. And you go on to tell them, say you are representing of IYP or Dry. And here you have taken over this place. You didn't even do anything. You were just like pure, they were just like wanderers. People who trespassers. And I saw the policemen, I saw their video. I can't show you that, okay, because they were shooting guns, right? I saw the police. They parked their car very far away from the gate. And from the gate, they are hiding. Papa, they were still going to walk for 10 minutes before they would get to the place where these guys were. 10 minutes walk. Police don't they shoot from 10 minutes away. And I was like, it was so ridiculous. Only for them to shoot them. And then they don't shoot us. Shawan me dry in here. Is that not a disgrace? You seated there. How do you want to kind of make this look good for you? By saying, we don't even know why Nigeria is kiniko kiniko. Are you mad, Dini? Like, how is this something that should not even get you so unsettled? And where you have legit, normal people who are actually really doing the advocacy, including those of you who are doing this advocacy in Yoruba land. Now, actions like this are going to continue to put your lives in danger. These ones want to endanger your lives so that Nigeria can have a reason to shoot and kill you. How does that help? In 2024, and all this nonsense, Mora, to go and face AK-47, all those inventions, all those jazz we our own forefathers invented when they were using shakabula that is always like, poor. You know, they keep person easily. Shakabula, shakabula, not gun, but all those shakabula guns. The one that once you shoot her, the smoke will come out like that. Then you have to wait for it to cool down so that you can put the gunpowder again, get it ready again, wait for 30 minutes, or you shoot again. So you are now using all those invented juju of that time to face AK-47 in 2024, and you say you're not bringing disgrace to us. Educated people. Imagine educated person seated and talking about security. Security architecture and the rest of that. Once we get our do this, our do what do you call this? Tell me.
Those put your hand down. Where did you do now? Bring your hand down. This one. Sorry, we not get that well. Open that one. And then that one there inside though. Yo, open it. Open it, Mara. We have wash here for it. Open up for yourself. Open it. She. Shame. Open my eye. They support them. Remove them down. Carry your head up. Wow. So we're going to do it. Just for
Adalam. Machetes. So you put all those in a bus, in a van, and you drove straight to a government establishment, and you didn't use any of that before police came and they pick you one by one. Beat them up. Put them here and there. I can't show you those videos. A lot of you must have seen them. These are not something to be proud of and say, you know what I mean? But Onidiri and Are, they are yet to make a statement. What statement are they going to make? That they have arrested their own army? Or what? This is what we are talking about. The ridicule, the shame. There's nothing motivating there. But if we want to motivate ourselves, all we have to say is that all we have to do is to encourage all of our patriotic young Yorubas, even old Yorubas, that listen, that you have been convinced that Yoruba must be independent of Nigeria. That is the first stage of your liberation. The next stage is to explain to you how it is done. Nobody gets a new country, okay, by wielding weapons alone. And if you have to wield weapon to get your country, you are going to need a lot of it. A lot of it. You're going to need a lot of army. And if you do have those who are so dedicated enough that they are willing, then the next thing is you will need a lot of orientation, education, training before deployment. Because if you are carrying out any tactical operation of power take, it's like a coup. The first thing first that will send a strong message is, okay, you pack cutlasses, machetes, and guns, double barrel guns with the cartridges. You pack all of them, you enter government building. What do they do? The Obas, all of them, where are they? So if you had entered the Obas meeting, we have seen that you can use that to push your agenda. With that audacity, you can actually be the hidden main threat to these supposed criminals ruining Yoruba land. You could actually be the shadow, the shadow fear that they feel. The group that they believe can always come for the elites of Yoruba land until you force their hands. And you see that your own campaign for self-rule, you will turn them into those who will be doing the campaign. There are so many things you can use to deploy every resources you have. If you do not have any large-scale resources to take over an entire place and hold your ground, there are tactical ways you can do it too. But not like this. No. And that's why we'll continue to condemn such. Because right now, if you Google Yoruba Nation now, you'll be seeing people that are being humiliated, paraded by the Nigerian security agents, acting like they are so super, they are so unique, all because wrongful deployment of our resources. And I watch that from far, and I do wish I have such influence where you can actually attract all the resources you need, human and then otherwise. So we can look into that, we can tap into that and continue to ensure that miscreants like this Onidiri and co, charlatans like this, do not continue to have more access of convincing our people that they could be martyrs. Martyrs for nothing. Like if these guys went straight into the Obas meeting, where all the Oyo Obas were, not that I'm not in support of any violence. You know me, I'm not in support of all of that. But tactically, there are ways violence can actually be carried out and you can still get results. When you enter a place, you don't even know, maybe the Obas are there. Maybe they didn't know. Because I didn't see all the Obas in the news. They were not even running for their lives. You just went there and you were wondering about until they called their police. Police came like commando. I saw some of them. They are like all this way you see them in the Nigerian movie. Unprofessional. But yet they felt like heroes. They went in there to go and capture people who are supposed to be taking over the government. So it's a shame. And a lot of you need to speak out. And please don't let anybody shout you down from saying what you know is right. Because a lot of us are always afraid sometimes. You do not want these people to really come for you. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how some of you are so afraid sometimes to say the truth in the face of everything. But again, I encourage you to. If not, news like this, they will continue to tarnish the noble camp. Somebody said, she did it because maybe the Yoruba men are not rising. It's part of the delusion you probably are telling yourself. All you have to do is just to dig and get to know who is that Onidiri. Onidiri. Just go take a look at who she is. And then come back here and tell me, oh, amazing. The Yoruba men are so voiceless. They are so powerless. And God sent them Onidiri. You must be kidding, right? Anyway, so I hope I will continue to raise my own alarm. Like me or not, we will continue to point to the rest of the world and show it to the world that self-determination, advocacy for it, referendum and everything that is associated with that, they are fundamental human rights. captured in your own United Nations Charter. So with that, it continues to make it legit. And as it is legit, we must all remember all these, these distractors, because they will bring nothing but total disrepute, and they will make it even more unattractive to a lot of people. Now, a lot of people believe that it's only miscreants, illiterate, thugs and all that. There are those ones who are shouting Yoruba nation. I don't want to be part of that. Like, are you serious? That's why you have to speak out and don't try to make up anything to justify whatever this is. It is a pure madness, and it is just pretty much like sending people as a human sacrifice to the Nigerian criminal government that was always ready and willing to kill us, even without provocation. This should never have happened. Never. But they've made that happen, and we do not have an idea of what they still have in stock. I am going to pay more attention to them now, because small time now, they may actually start their own small terror group to intimidate fear, because I remember that's part of what they wanted to do in 2022. I became privy to it. They needed something. People were saying that they should show them something, they should do something. All this money that we are donating, all this money that we are contributing, we don't even know what you are doing. Do something. And around that time, they were contemplating of putting together a group of criminals in Yoruba land. Give them guns and begin to create fear, okay? Fear that will make people believe that there are some people who are fighting and agitating for Yoruba nation. They don't give a damn. They will that kind of thing. I exposed that, and I said, I will expose every one of you that I know you are part of that plot. Whatever social media validation you are trying to get for yourselves to make yourselves feel good by creating terror on our people in Yoruba land. So that kind of, got suspended, I would say, because I never see them come out until that yesterday. And when I saw the weapons and the whole thing in front of them, I was like, I must see waste of humans. This is not courage. So some of you dumbos who might think that it's a courage, it takes courage or anything that will end up making you a captured person in the hands of those you believe are not working in your interest. That means you are a dumbo. If you listen to people who wanted to send you to a place where you are going to be treated like you are not human being, or because you wanted a referendum or you wanted a self-rule, anybody who identifies as a leader that pushes you to that stage, not like this, is a lunatic. And there's nothing courageous about that. They might be courageous people, but when such resources are well channeled and result gotten, then you can say that takes courage. That's foolishness. Total foolishness. And we shouldn't let that happen again. We shouldn't. But I'll leave it at that. Let's go to the next stuff. And that would be me when I saw Obi in Harvard. Okay. So he was invited to come and talk about this, that, I don't know. But it was pretty much about leadership, Nigeria. And they were talking about parliamentary system of government, right? Right. Let's go to that Harvard school of politics or politics of school or something. I don't know. So let's go there and check that out.
But for me, whether at the local or at the central organization, we must have a situation where the governor or the president must be an elected member of parliament, so that during presidential parliamentary question, it is the president that is speaking, and the same thing for the governor. Because like I said, I've been governor. You can be governor for 4 years without talking to anybody. Nobody cares, because you have arrays of aides. You've seen where a governor will have 1,000 SAs, special assistants. So they're all over the place. But they become such a nuisance that nobody will want to talk to the governor. Because once you speak, that's it. So, but if we have a parliamentary system, people can question it. If we have a system where the governor or president is answerable to people, you can. So the only way now you can, the way it is now in Nigeria, people can do the right thing that you have chosen to do the right thing. If not, it's impossible. You are just in charge. All the money, everything, you use it as you like. If I want to travel to America with 15 people, nobody will ask me the question. I want to go with them. If I want to travel to Abuja with 50 people, nobody will ask me as a governor. I had that experience as governor, where I get up in the morning, the number of people traveling with me are 30. And we're going to Abuja. It was only me trying to cut costs that I looked at everything. I'm the only person invited to the meeting. So what the other 29 people going with me to what do? We pay for them. They go to the airport, consult a nuisance to the traveling public, because that's what you get. And then they go to Abuja, stay in hotel. They're not attending the meeting, but we have to pay for their feeding and everything for staying in hotel. I will pay them allowance. That was the lesson. So, but if we have a system where the people can question and everything, you can start cutting all this cost. So for me, the parliamentary system, or whatever system we are doing, must be local. And we do not think it will be solved by even our foreign partners. They too have their own interests. It needs to be local. The people must be trained. And that is where the role of the youth, not even so, are critical. Because with the knowledge they have today, with the exposure they have today, they are beginning to question, this is wrong, this is right. Otherwise, it won't work. The institutions have been hijacked by us who are politicians. As the elites empowering the youth. If you are the elites who live off the confusion, are you going to empower the people who are going to chase you out of it? No. So the youth have to work hard to take it over. That's why I told those who are following me that we're not in a sprint race. Don't think these people are going to go away. When you bring a change, you have for enemy all those who live off the old order. They're not going to allow you to just come and take so they can go away. No. If they do that, then they're finished. Because they don't want to go away. So we need to work hard. The youth all over Africa. You've seen now where people are in government in Africa for 30 years, 40 years. You think they're going to go? Some of them are even trying to hand over to their children. They're not going to go away. It is for the youth to insist they have to go. You have a situation where people are now walking, virtually being carried in a wheelchair unless they want to be in charge. You know, have a place where people are doctoring their age and everything to continue being there. So it is something we, the youth, need to. And the youth should do so coming together, knowing fully well that these people do not represent anything. Like I said before, they are the ones who are preaching religion or tribe. But it's for their own benefit. Everywhere in the world, the youth are agitated.
We will continue. But let me say something quickly. Because I caught a comment where somebody said that because they failed, and that is why everybody is dissociating themselves from this onidiri or onitiri Can we at least be reasonable for once, please? Like, what is the odd, or what are the odd that sending 7 people to your state government house or your state house of assembly complex, the entire government establishment, sending 7 people with 2 guns and lot of machetes, 7 people, and then you declared we have taken over the government of Yoruba land. Loma, what are the odds of success in that? Like normal person, anybody who is a normal person, they will sit down, send 7 people to one place, and go wait for success. What are the odds?